What's up, Spotlights? Let's get to this media old funky bullshit that they trying to spew to you guys. Let's get into it. So Luka and Kyrie, the best duo in sports history. You see how crazy that sounds? Kyrie Irving and Luka didn't win jack shit. All they did is just go to the NBA Finals. But nowadays, you guys want to celebrate people going to the conference finals. You want to celebrate just going to the NBA Finals. No. It's always going to be 15 losers, not 15 winners. Only one team could win an NBA championship, meaning the other 15 teams by default will be losers. Okay? So, how in the hell we went from in the media calling Kyrie and Luka the best duo in sports to moving the narrative to saying Luka needs help now? Let it make sense. So now Kyrie Irving's a bum. Now his supporting cast, Luka supporting cast, is bums, right? I thought you guys celebrate going places, right? So you should celebrate going to the conference finals and going to the finals, according to you guys, all right? Luka didn't get there by himself, but now all of a sudden, those teammates are trash. Let it make sense.
You blew it, boy! You really blew it!
Just because you're losing in the NBA Finals doesn't mean you're a bad basketball team. Just because you're getting outplayed in NBA Finals don't mean you're a bad player or a bad team. Period. Okay? But one thing does stand still. This is the same guy that you call a superstar who's really not a superstar. He's a star. In other words, an all-star. You can't be a superstar when you consistently in lower seed teams from 6 to 8. You don't turn your team to title contenders consistently. You don't win consistently enough to be a superstar in the first place. And the same media pitch you as an MVP candidate. How? You don't deserve to be an MVP candidate at all. You don't win enough. You don't turn your franchise around. You only play one end of the floor for the most part. Your defense is atrocious. 67% of the time in this NBA Finals, guys been blowing by Luka, scoring on him. He can't guard or fly. But he's the best player in the finals because he scores some points, some meaningless, empty points that don't have no fucking impact. He only played one end of the floor. Make it make sense. Keep that same energy because you said this was the best duo in NBA history but didn't win jack shit. Makes no sense. You lose superstars, the name, in vain. You lose propaganda, calling guys things that they didn't even earn yet. You label Anthony Edwards the next Michael Jordan. He don't even got an MVP yet. He just had one breakout season. Good player. But he ain't even a superstar yet. So stop jumping the gun. You're promoting these guys the wrong way because you're giving them credit for things that they haven't done or haven't achieved yet. At least Colin Cowherd got this right. One guy in the
The truth is, when I compared Luka to Carmelo Anthony, it sort of looks like it, doesn't it? A very flawed star. All the deficiencies for Luka are coming out in the finals. Number one, he never stops complaining to refs. It hurts his team. Another thing, he's been awful defensively in this series. Awful. In fact, there is data and video that illustrates he's maybe the worst defensive player in the finals in a decade. So Luka's an all-time talent. But he's not a late bloomer. He was an all-time talent at 15 years old. Is he now amenable to change? Because to be a champion, Michael Jordan figured this out. You got to look yourself in the mirror. By the way, it's completely fair. I don't care how good your regular season is. I don't care how good your playoffs are. If you melt down in the finals, it will stick with you until you win a finals. This is going to stick to Luka, and it should fairly. I mean, when you got 5 fouls and you're trying to draw a charge and you're a bad defensive player, like what do you?
media. You heard what he just said, right? not a superstar. He called him a star, because that's exactly what he is, right? He got to earn the right to be called a superstar. And those empty numbers, which any player could do these days, put up numbers, don't mean you the shit because you could put up stats. We need to really put a stranglehold and call out these media people who just a week ago given the Dallas Mavericks praise. But all of a sudden, we go from 0 to 100 quick and move the narrative just to make Luka look good. Make it make sense. All right? Why can't a team just get beat and get outplayed? Why they got to be a narrative behind it? All right? Why you got to put down teammates that help you get to the finals, Luka? You're not playing with bums. You just happen to be getting outplayed. Plain and simple. Drink the coffee and make you feel better. It's a taste of realism. But we need to get rid of these bad people in the media, because you guys are jokers and clowns. A bunch of bozos. Sports out. Peace.